Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of King of the List, the first one of 2023, and today we are going to be ranking all 32 Mario Kart Wii tracks. I grew up on Mario Kart Wii and it's one of my favorite video games of all time to this day, so I thought that I would go ahead and rank all of the races that are in the game. So, again, this is only my personal opinion, so if you disagree, that's okay. Feel free to put your list in the comments down below, or at least your top 5 favorite Mario Kart tracks. I will be offering very little explanation, so here we go. At number 32, I have Desert Hills. Not a big fan of the desert races. At 31, we have Waluigi Stadium. Very brown, and it's just kind of muddy everywhere. Number 30, we have Shy Guy Beach. Very flat and just not very exciting. At number 29, we have Dry Ruins. Once again, another desert race. 28, we have Mushroom Gorge. I thought this one would be higher on my list, but I reconsidered. 27 is Toad's Factory. A fun one, but not my favorite. 26 is Peach Beach. Another, not necessarily a deserty one, but lots of sand, and it gets kind of old. 25, Bowser's Castle N64. My least favorite of the Bowser's Castles because, again, pretty flat and uninteresting. 24 is Mario Raceway. Same thing as the others, it's pretty flat and uninteresting, but it is very peaceful and I guess you could say friendly. 23 is Mario Circuit GCN. This one is a little bit more interesting, but it's not very famous. 22, SNES Mario Circuit. I actually like this one more than the average person, even though it can be very confusing to navigate. 21 is Daisy Circuit, a very pleasant looking one, but everything seems very orange and sometimes it can be kind of odd. Number 20, Delfino Square. A lot of people apparently don't like this one either, but I tend to very much enjoy it, even though it's lots of gray and lots of sharp turns. At 19, we have Peach Gardens, a very pleasant one, and it's pretty easy. 18, Moo Moo Meadows, one of the classic ones, and it's actually the one that my brother is the best at, but it's not my absolute favorite. 17, we have Jungle Parkway. I don't know why the sky or the water is orange. I know it's supposed to represent, like dusk, but it looks kind of weird, and that's probably the main reason why this isn't higher on the list. 16 is Sherbet Land. I really like this one, although it is very, very blue, and it's, for the most part, it's pretty flat and uninteresting. 15 is Luigi Circuit. At one point, I believe I actually had a record on this race, but it's the first race of them all, so it tends to be one that you do very often, and it gets kind of boring after a while. 14, Wario's Gold Mine. This one is very deadly, but it's also very fun, and there are shortcuts. 13, Yoshi Falls. A very pleasant looking one, and it's very enjoyable, but it is a very short race. 12 is Bowser's Castle. Believe it or not my favorite of the Bowser's Castles, but this one looks really cool. 11 is Mario Circuit, probably the most famous of them all, considering it's the one that you celebrate at the very end of every cup. And we've made it to the top 10. Number 10 is Ghost Valley 2. Most people despise this race, but I don't actually find it that difficult at all, so that's why I like this one. Number 9, DK Summit. I really like the Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong related races, and this one is no exception. I love the snow. Number 8 is Coconut Mall, another super famous one. The music especially is fantastic, and the race itself is very unique and cool. Number 7, Grumble Volcano. Another lava one, but this one is a little bit different and more interesting in my opinion. Number 6, Bowser's Castle 3. Yes, it's flat and it's basically a square, but for some reason, I like this one more than all the other Bowser's Castles. Number 5, Moonview Highway, probably the most hilarious race of them all, because you can constantly get squished and blown up by bomb trucks, but it's a very fun race regardless. Number 4, DK Mountain. I love this race, there's little shortcuts that you can take, it's a very cool looking race, and there's a bunch of tight turns, and it makes it very, very action-filled. Taking the bronze, we have Maple Treeway, a very pleasant looking one, very golden, very orange, lots of cool little twists and turns, and I don't think a lot of people dislike this race. Number 2, we have Koopa Cape. I believe this is actually my mother's favorite race of them all, but I really enjoy this one as well. The water element is really cool. It almost seems kind of futuristic, but it also reminds you of summer. It's very fun. And yes, I'm going to be that guy. Number 1, Rainbow Road. This is my favorite race. I don't struggle with this one, and that's one of the reasons why this is not, in dead last on my list. This is my personal favorite, and I really, really enjoy the music, the visuals, and everything else in between. So that is my official list of all 32 Mario Kart races, again with very little explanation. If you enjoyed this list, or even if you maybe disagreed with it, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure that you comment down below what your top 5 Mario Kart tracks are. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.